I was rejected because of my outfit. So my last date picked me up, I get in the car, he turns to me and says, "What do you want to do?" I was so taken off guard because I was like, I thought we were going to dinner. And he was like, yeah, I did pick a restaurant, but it's kind of far. And he asked me like, do you know somewhere around here that we could go? I'm trying out the Rare Beauty blush. So anyway, I was just so taken off guard. I just was like, I don't have anything planned. Like, I'm sure there's something around here, but like we might need a reservation.
A smelly fish.
And it's not a cod.
Lady, I don't see how you can think that you're telling the truth when you're telling a story while applying an ungodly amount of makeup onto your face, which is the ultimate lie in my opinion. So you're a liar telling a story about how a guy rejected you for a date after seeing how you dressed? That's really not computing with me, sister, mainly because, well, most dudes, if they really want to be with you, are going to let certain fashion faux pas slide. It really isn't that big of a deal to us. However, this doesn't seem to be the case here, because the second you entered into his car, he ultimately decided that you really were not worth the effort. And from the sounds of it, it doesn't look like you were all that thrilled either. Because if that was the case, you would have made some other suggestions of some local places on where to go, but that clearly wasn't what was going on here. You were looking for free food, and that guy wasn't really up for paying. That's just long and the short of it there, sister.
So he was like, okay, we'll just go to the place that's farther away. It turned out it was only like 10 minutes away. I think I put on way too much blush. What do we think of the color? I think that's real pretty. If I was young and naive, I would blame him and call him disorganized, but I know what happened. He wasn't interested in me. He saw me walking up to that car and immediately thought, nope, not my girl, and was trying to just save himself time. To be fair, so many of you messaged me on Instagram and said, don't wear that outfit, it is so ugly. But by then it was too late because I posted that video when I was leaving. I really need to step up my style game because I refuse to be rejected because of a turtleneck sweater. I much rather be rejected because of all of my personality flaws.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Well, there you go, woman. You figured it out. Men don't like women who wear turtlenecks. Wow, congratulations. Man, you're just willing to dial up the delusion up to 11, aren't you? Jeez, you poor sap. Here's the deal. You got into his car, and he obviously realized that you were not the same woman that you posted on Instagram. Mainly because you probably doctored up your photos, used old pictures, or lied about your age. You did something that made him realize that you weren't passing the smell test. And it wasn't your turtleneck sweater. It was most likely your personality. And that is because most self-respecting men don't feel like being with a woman who decides that endlessly complaining about relationships online is a positive means to live your life. So allow me to give you suggestions, sweetheart. Just give up. Just don't do it anymore. Because men aren't willing to waste their time with a woman who thinks that men are turned off by freaking turtleneck sweaters when she's obviously a lost cause to begin with.
It's not you, it's me. No, actually, it's not me. It is you.
I'm so sad. And I'm really fucking lonely. I'm trying to date and I'm trying to meet people so that I can I don't want to be stuck anymore. I feel very stuck in my situation. And I just want to try and meet people and feel better.
Lady, if you're looking to date, all you gotta do is go outside and just talk to some dudes, and odds are you can get yourself a halfway decent date with a halfway decent guy fairly easily, but come on. There's no sense kidding us here. You know just as well as we do that an average man would be an affront to what little character you have. And that is because you believe you are entitled to Dr. Tyrone Deanna Jones, and I hate to break it to you, sister, that's just not how it works. Now, if that's your preference, more power to you. Go ahead and try to get with the doctor, but that doctor's got several patients, and he might be able to pencil you in for a quick checkup, but sister, trust me, you're not gonna be one of his regulars. And that is something that will break your heart every single time because you believe that you deserve more, and in reality, you deserve two things, Jack and Dookie. And Jack left town years ago, sweetheart.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying I'm going into dating with like using people as like rebounds or anything. For me, I'm going into dating like without the intention of like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be my boyfriend. Like, I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but I don't know, I think I understand dating more than I used to. When I was dating before I got into a relationship, I could not understand why people like would date without the intention of like taking it seriously. And I think it's just about being honest about what your intentions are with the other person, because I would hate to meet someone who really is looking for something serious and then is under the conclusion that I'm looking for the same thing, and like that I'm gonna like, you know what I mean?
I must have missed 60 minutes. What are you saying?
Woman, I don't even think you know what you're talking about, so allow me to explain. The whole point of dating is to try to find a potential mate so that you can settle down, have kids, and move the species forward. You know, we've been kind of doing that for centuries. Now here's the thing, you're actually not talking about that. You are talking about hooking up, and I don't think you can fully appreciate the gravity of this situation here. You're going on the internet, crying and having a breakdown about how lonely you are, and you think the solution is to go out and try to find dudes to pork. Yeah, good luck with that, sister. Let me know how it turns out. That's just a one-way ticket to the wall, because every single man you bang is one more piece of humanity that you just throw out just so you can feel something. And lady, it's attitudes like that that will guarantee you a permanent residency at the wall.
But right, like if someone asked me right now, like let's say I'm talking to someone and they said, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a relationship? Or are you looking to like find something serious? I would say, well, I recently got out of a relationship, so right now I'm just looking to meet someone and make a connection, and I don't want to put any pressure of what that's going to turn into, you know? And if they don't like that answer, they can go find someone else who has an answer that they want, or we can just like go with the flow. And maybe I'm like turning into a fuckboy by saying that. I don't know if that's okay, but I think it is. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, because I'm just tired of like being stuck in my loneliness and stuck in my sadness, and I just want to like have fun and meet people and like just be out in the dating scene again, because I'm just, yeah.
Congratulations!
I don't know why I'm feeling so generous right now, but sister, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna level with you. What you are talking about is effectively becoming a, how do I put this? Well, I can't really call you an avenue stroller, because at least avenue strollers get paid for it. You honestly think that the solution to all of your problems is to go out and get drunk and bone as many dudes as you possibly can, as if that's somehow supposed to help you with your crippling loneliness. But all that's really gonna do is the exact opposite. Now, you seem kind of slow, so I don't really fully expect you to understand this, but when you say you're going out and looking to have fun, we all know what you mean. You just want Chad to come in and have some fun time with your sloppy scum port of hellish damnation. That's all this really is about. There's no real sense hiding it, because you already laid out all your cards on the table, sister. You have absolutely no interest in men looking for anything serious. You're talking about going out there and having fun, and you are desperately trying to say that you're not looking for a rebound, which is clearly what you're doing. So don't worry about that, lady, because if that's what you really want, just dress up promiscuously, get drunk, and go to a freaking club. That'll make more problems for you than you could ever possibly solve. Good luck.
Just a little public service announcement. If you are following somebody on TikTok or come across their videos and they are graciously sharing the journey of a cosmetic procedure they went down and telling you step by step what happened, giving you the details, sharing the cost, sharing their doctor, sharing the pain, showing you the progression of the healing, it is not an invitation for you to comment and suggest other procedures they should have done.
Oh my God! What's wrong with your face?
Well, I appreciate the public service announcement, woman, but it really isn't necessary. And here's the rub. If you're gonna go on the internet and tell everyone about your stunning and brave journey to take on elective cosmetic surgery, and then talk about your healing process and all of this crap, well, then you're going to need to be a little bit more thick-skinned and be prepared for trolls who are going to be making fun of you. It's the internet. They have been around for quite some time, and if you can't handle that, then you really really shouldn't be posting, but I totally get it. You're over the age of 40 and incredibly insecure about being alone, so allow me to set your mind at ease, lady. I promise, under the name of the intergalactic space god Vliblublikar, all hail, that I will never, ever, under any circumstances, make recommendations for cosmetic procedures for you because, trust me, sister, it's not gonna make any difference.
That is extremely rude and inconsiderate and unhinged, especially if you are commenting from a profile that doesn't even have a picture. So you're being hypercritical of someone and you won't even put a picture of yourself on the internet, suggesting somebody needs a nose job, somebody needs to do something about their hair. Unbelievable. That is none of your business to comment on, and you should keep your mouth closed.
No.
Lady, the trolls were just being honest. Well, okay, maybe they weren't being honest, but at least their heart was in the right place. They were trying to tell you that you are completely and utterly undesirable. There aren't enough cosmetic procedures in the world to make you actually look attractive, but that isn't because of your looks. Well, okay, not entirely. Your personality is incredibly toxic, and it's not only toxic, it's just downright annoying. You're actually thinking that people are going to pay attention to your complaints online about your elective cosmetic procedures, and when trolls get under your skin, your first inclination is to straight up order them to leave you alone. Lady, you do not have any control over the internet, just so much as you do not have control over the men who find you incredibly unattractive. You need to face reality, woman. You are most likely entering broken hip territory, and you're going to be entering into that minefield by yourself. And if you want someone to blame, just look in the mirror, sister, because you earned it.
That's funny because it's so true.
I made a video talking about how me personally, would not move in with a man if I was going to have to split the rent bill down the middle. And it went so fucking viral. And I just want to address angry men that are like, septum ring theory, you're a lesbian, you probably drive a Subaru Outback, and you fucking have daddy problems. It's like, really not that serious. And let me tell you guys something. Shock, horror, surprise. When my mother married my dad, he said, I know I love you because I want to take care of you.
Wow. That's amazing.
All right, let's set the record straight here, woman. There isn't a single man on the internet who is angry at your decision to not want to be with a man who's not willing to pay for you. We've heard this so many times that it's really not all that surprising. However, I would like to address what you said about your father and mother. Now, I have no doubt that your father loved your mother. If that's the case, good for them. However, there's one little thing that you're conveniently glossing over, and that is the mother also swore a vow to take care of her man. And if he is providing her with a home, then she is providing him with home-cooked meals, a clean house, some peace, loyal companionship, the whole 9 yards. But you're not gonna address that because doing so would completely destroy your entire pathetic excuse for an argument. And I can already tell that no man's gonna want to deal with you because your intellect is about as on par with your tattoos and your facial accessories. Seriously, woman, how could you possibly think any of that is a good idea?
And they've been married and they are so happy and they are, yes, each other's best friends. And obviously they have a joint bank account, but my dad has always provided for that woman. My dad has built that woman a fucking house with his bare hands. So if you think that you're gonna get me to settle for anything less than what I've watched my dad do for my mom, don't hold your fucking breath.
And I found a toilet made out of solid gold, but it's just not in the cards now, is it?
So you watched your father serve your mother hand over foot, and you just watched and didn't learn a thing, huh? Well, yeah, that's actually not surprising. You're a modern woman. Learning isn't exactly your strong suit. So I'll explain it to you. That man built his woman a house because she was actually willing to take care of him. That's why it's called a relationship and not indentured servitude. But that's not what you're looking for here. You're just looking for a meal ticket because you have yet to answer a very simple question in regards to any of this. And that question is why? Why should a man build you a house? Why should a man pay your way? Why should a man do any of that? You've already shown that you have precious little going for you in the world of vocabulary. You are basing your entire argument off of an old world ideal that you helped to viciously murder, and you are expecting men to bend over backwards to make you happy, but that's not possible. You are just a big, massive pile of misery and a spectacular specimen of human failure. And as we wrap it on up for another successful episode, we gotta take a second and give the love the bounty board deserves for helping to keep this channel going and for making today's episode a reality. Thank you so much, gentlemen and gents, for your generosity. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the bounty board over on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content you're not gonna find anywhere else. And of course, you can also support the channel by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, double checking your subscription, ringing the notification bell, leaving comments. Let's give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.